Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a quick toot on this fall eyeshadow look. It's got a lot of maroons and purple tones with some gold on the eye. So it's really nice and simple for a fall, nice nude look, a darker fall nude. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, keep on watching. Okay, so we're just going to prime your eyelid with concealer. I'm just using my favorite Too Faced concealer. Buffing that out with a clean brush, and then I'll set it with my Makeup Revolution Lace Setting Powder. It was the first thing I grabbed. And this concealer is so good. It doesn't crease, so smooth. I love it. And if you have not tried that beauty blender, the Real Techniques Face and Body Sponge, it's so good. So I got my Morphe 3502 palette. I'm just going to start there and work these colors into the crease. I'm using just a neutral soft brown color and putting that in the crease as my transition shade. I'm using the tape method today because I'm not going to do a wing liner, but I am going to do, like, I guess you can call it like a cat eye, but I did them with that sharper edge just to give it a lot more structure. Then you'll see it later, I'm going to blend out some black eyeshadow to make like a smoky liner, but I'm not using any liquid liner or anything too harsh. It's all going to be really like soft and blended out. And with the crease, I'm just adding a lot of different shades. Okay, now I'm going in it up. My Subculture palette because I have like a really nice layer, but it's blended out in my kit crease. And I just decided I'm going to bring it out and use it. So I'm just using the like fudge color in there to deepen up the crease in that maroon shade. And per usual for me, I just go in there rocking all these transition shades back and forth until I get the dimension in the shades that I want. You have to pardon me, my dogs were outside and they were really cute, so I was trying to get their attention at the window. So just keep blending until everything is really smooth and you get the pigmentation that you want. Okay, so I'm going to use this flat shader brush to buff in that dark purple shade on the lash line to act as my liner. And you see I'm just kind of buffing that along the lash line and up into the edge of the tape, and that'll give me that wing that I'm looking for without being too harsh. I'm going to do that on both eyes till I get the intensity that I want. So I'm going to teach you a trick. I learned this. One of the girls at MAC taught me this in a class, but she used it with a cream product, and so I kind of revamped it for myself. So basically I'm using a natural bristle hairbrush, like a regular blending brush. I think this is my MAC 217. So I dip it into my shimmer shade, and then I spray it with my Fix Plus or setting spray, whatever I was using there. And you see how like hot fire that pigmentation is. It just comes out so foiled and so metallic, and so awesome. I love it. So I'm repeating that step on both eyes until I get the intensity that I want, to where it's nice and shimmery. I probably could have gone in even more, but I didn't. Much regret. But it still looks really good. I'm just going to go in with a different blending brush and just buffing out the crease and kind of diffusing that the shimmer into, so it's not so sharp on the edges of the crease. Okay, so now I'm going in to deepen that wing with the shadow on the lash line. I'm still using that dark shade in the Subculture palette and some black from the 3502 Morphe palette. It looks so scary, like a raccoon. I'm just going to go in and carefully remove the tape, and you'll see I get that nice clean line. I'm just getting some cotton pads, spraying it with a little setting spray or mist, and I'm going to just gently wipe underneath my lash line, just clean up most of it. I'll end up covering it with some concealer later, but just whatever I could get. I'm cleaning up. Okay, so I'm just checking, make sure I don't have any more fallout, and I've been sick, so I had some just dry skin on my nose. I was trying to flake off. So I'm going to be using this foundation for the first time. It's the Rimmel Full Cover Foundation. I really love this foundation, but I learned that it's best applied with your fingers, not a brush or a sponge. But it's like a really nice finish. It just looks really natural. It looks like your skin, but better. It's got a moussey consistency, but once it's blended out, it's really nice. Just can't talk. I just go in with my fingers, and I'll end up kind of buffing it out with a brush, I believe, and my beauty sponge. Just going in to kind of get it blended out and buffed into the skin. It's really nice. It's not too full coverage. It just looks really natural. Definitely just looks like healthy, glowing skin. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy, it's like the perfect in between. And of course, going in my favorite concealer again. Sorry, I'm blocking with the palette. I'll learn one day. But this concealer, you guys, is so good. It's so natural, it's so dewy. It just sets to the perfect finish. I just love it. So I've been trying to use my brushes a lot more, because usually when it comes to face products I use only my beauty sponge, but I have been really enjoying this brush and the big kabuki brush I got from Claire's. That one is bomb. So once I go in with the brush, I'm just going to go in on the rest of it with the beauty sponge, make sure it's all nice and even. There's all the excess product is picked up by the sponge. Go with the lace powder to set the under eye in T-zone. Get it nice and flawless like my dreams. And I'm sorry about my bedroom. I did not make my bed because I was in such a hurry to film. And Allie's laying on it anyway, so She would have messed it up. We had our rainy day lazy going on. Okay, so the CoverGirl palette, you've seen me use this in my other videos. I really like it. It's so good. And I was wrong. My first video, I thought it was only $5.99. When I went to look back at my receipt, it was $12.99. So I don't know if there was like an error when it got rung up or what, but it is a lot more expensive than I thought. It's still really nice though. $12.99 isn't bad. I'm just gonna blend that forehead, just all around the nice bronzy edges of my face. And what I do also is I kind of buff it into the setting powder, just kind of blend it all together. Try going out with a full face, full eyes, no eyebrows. That's always fun. So with the blush, anytime you use a blush that has some type of a sheen, I like to spray it with a setting spray and then buff it on, and it has just a really nice glowy finish. It looks a lot more natural, not cakey. It's really nice. So that's what I did there. I'm going to go in with a highlight. This is a highlighter brush I got from the Mallory store. I hope you might like this little quote break we're taking here. I thought it was cute. I'm just swirling that along the high points. I'm not being too precise. I'm just kind of flicking it up, down, and side to side in like a star pattern. Just get it on there really nice. And it looks more like when you turn your cheek, it's like just a sheen over the face, not just like a stripe of highlight. So for my brows, I'm not doing anything too specific. I'm just using a regular brow palette. If you want to see a tutorial on how I do my brows, just let me know. I don't do anything too heavy. I really just like to use a powder and apply it pretty precisely and then blend it out. And then I think I also applied a little bit of the wax pomade stuff from that palette. It's by Profusion after I was done because I had a lot of foundation and powder in my eyebrow. So I just kind of brushed it on top to get rid of that powdery look. And that's all I ended up doing. I really need to get my brows threaded. They're a hot mess. I don't think I've gotten it done since June. But yeah, I just used like the flat side of that brush and just kind of buffed it on and flicked it up. And it looked okay. Okay, so if any of you have ever seen my purse in person, you know it's a hot mess. There's so much stuff in there, but I'm literally just trying to fish out one of the lipsticks I'm looking for, and it took me forever to find it. It's almost comical, but this is my favorite drugstore lipstick, the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Give Me Mocha. Just a really pretty fall nude shade. Okay, so now that you got your lippy applied, your look is complete. I know you could probably tell I did not put any mascara on, but I did that off camera, so sorry.